Alright, welcome back to the channel here. Today we're working on the CJ7 again. I've already got the axle shafts in actually, and the rear brakes are for the most part put on, minus running hard lines and rubber lines, etc. Anyway, we're going to put the wheels back on the frame. We're going to touch up any of the last little spots of paint that it needs on this front axle and other spots that I've noticed that the coverage just isn't there. After that, we are going to paint the transmission adapter, the big plate, and install it back onto the engine for the last time. And then we're going to install the engine for the last time. So we'll get that done, put the torque converter bolts in, and yeah, that's where we're at. Make sure to subscribe. Remember, at 500 subscribers, we're having Burnout Fest. You're not going to want to miss that. It's going to be a good time. So make sure to subscribe. But we're going to be putting this lovely 383 in here by Blueprint. It's going to sit down right in here just perfect. I've already got these mounts welded in, bolted in, lined up perfectly. So. Alright, passenger rear axle shaft here. We got new, everything right here is going to be new, but I've already got the driver's side in. But new dust shield by Crown, outer axle shaft seal, Crown, and then the bearing and spacers and all that, and the seal, race in the axle housing is all new by Yukon. These are one-piece billet axles. So I don't even know if I went over this. So on the original axle shaft setup, these are two-piece axles. Beneath this cap, this is held on. I can't remember how that's held on, but this hub, like this plate, is a separate piece from the shaft, and the splines in there wear, and especially whenever you're going to a higher power drivetrain setup, you will end up shearing the splines off, and the actual shaft will spin inside this hub. So that's like a weak point, and that's why customer has decided to go with the one-piece axles. So anyway, let's set these together. It goes one way. Dust shield on first. Your outer seal. I'm going to put a glove on. You come grab a glove. And the outer seal will need a little bit of RTV placed on it. It says that in per instructions that I have found on the internet, along with there's another YouTuber out there, his channel is You Can Do It Too. Very thorough, very good videos he has, and it gave me a lot of tips and tricks as I went through this building process. So let's get this RTV opened. Alright, perfect. And just a good bead around it will do. It ain't got to be like the thickest thing in the world, but you want to make sure you have an adequate amount. So just work that around just enough to where it'll seal up good. There we go. Okay. Alright. So that goes like that. Take your seal, obviously spring facing up, which would be towards the material you're trying to keep in. This goes on. It's going nicely. And it pops down on that rib at the very bottom. Then, so we are doing disc brake conversion on the rear. We're getting rid of the big circular backing plate for the drum brakes. We're rid of that. Now we're moving on to this really nice piece, and I have this one marked already. This is passenger out. So let's say the pumpkin's here, your differential's here. This kind of tilts this way, and then your caliper is going to be hanging back here. So that will need to go like so. And you can marry that with that RTV, and this fits perfectly around that sill, around the rubber seal that's in that plate. So next step, so I got this idea from the You Can Do It Too guy. Take your zip tie, put through all of these, all 3 of the pieces you've just installed, and zip tie them. And you want to do this to help you not have it like falling apart, like all these parts falling off while you're trying to press this bearing on. Okay, so zip tie this up. Like so. That's perfect. And make sure your holes are obviously not. Anyway, next you have your bearing. Now if you look at this bearing, let me bring it over to you. This is just me talking about this, but if you look at this bearing, let me turn my camera so you can see. All right. See how there's like that line in this side? That goes towards the hub. So like we're going like this way. Does that make sense? Yeah. Alright, anyway. So like I said, the line towards the hub, that slides on. Press ring on. Now let's head to the press. Alright, so now we're at the press. Gonna get this installed. Down here, verify, make sure that it's going. This is really fairly simple task, but you gotta make sure you're doing it all right. It's sliding right on like it's supposed to. And there's a stop. I mean, you would fill it. How the jack has got to kick me back. It means we're all the way here. Let's press. you can see. Bearings all the way on there. So let's get this axle shaft in the housing. Alright, so to start putting this axle shaft back in, we're going to apply a somewhat moderate coat of RTV to this flange, and that will seal it all in. So let's go ahead and do that. I'll just take my finger and work it around. It's a little thin. I know it seems like a lot, but you really want to make sure this seals. You ever go through any type of water crossings? Number one, you don't want your grease to get out. But second of all, you go through any type of water crossings or anything like that, you want to make sure water is not getting up in here. There was definitely signs of moisture being in this housing prior. Obviously, I've taken it all apart and looked in it and verified that the ring and pinion gear was all okay, and it is. But this was an upgrade that it needed to have to be able to handle the power of the 383 stroker that's going in it. Now that the RTV's on there, go ahead and cut these zip ties. Put those out of the way. Then, now, this is important. If you look, I don't know if you can see that real well, but you see how this dust shield has like a dip in it right there? Well, the seal, the outer seal does as well. They're angled down to meet this like triangle point. So just make sure you have that right. Once again, make sure you have your caliper backing plate aligned properly. So yeah, really looks like it's going well. Oh yeah, we're money already. Yeah. Alright, take your bolts. Through. There you go. Sometimes you gotta turn the backing plate and stuff to really get everything to align. But it's all working. Looking great. Hope you guys are enjoying the series. No, it's not, as consecutive as it really needs to be. But yeah. Dirt on that pole. Alright. Nuts. These are locking nuts that go on these bolts. At least that's the setup I'm running. You could run like a grade 8 bolt with a lock washer and a nut, however you want to do it, with a flat washer. There's all different ways to fasten, but this is what they had from factory. And my hardware was in good condition still, so we're just gonna run with it. Let me go grab the other bolt over here on the workbench. It's already cold here in Tennessee. Got my allergies going big time. Let's get these tightened up. I'm gonna go grab a shorter socket. Just too long. It won't get those U-bolts. millimeter. That was what fits them best. Gotta love it. Alright, tighten these up now. Them all snugged up and then we'll really go cranking on them. Yeah, I still have a pretty substantial gap over here right now. I don't want to cause it any type of stress, whether that's in the housing, backing plate, bolts, anything. We want it to be perfect. So as you can see here, we have the disc brake conversion kit. This kit comes with your rotors, your calipers and brackets, your pads, caliper the actual mounting brackets. And then it comes with all kinds of hardware, big spacers, nice spacers. Your bleeder valve is kind of in a banjo bolt type thing. So this is kind of neat. I never really seen anything like this before in person. And then it says in this little baggie here, use these shims to center the caliper over the rotor. May not be required. So let's go ahead and get back there to the rear end and start putting these mounting brackets on. Alright, so we got the rear brake system hooked up. Covering lines, stuff like that. But new bracketry, your emergency parking brake bracket here. It'll go through this hole when we get it. Clip onto this spring-loaded bracket. But other than that, it looks pretty good. You can see the one-piece billet axles through. So I did have to shave the inside of the rotor down a little to fit over this. So, but it looks pretty good. Alright, so we're about to put this engine in here. This is going to be awesome. This is what we've all been waiting for. Stick around. This is going to be cool. Let's get this thing pushed over here, hanging over the chassis. This is going to look as gorgeous as we've all planned it to be. There's a lot of work coming together here. As you can see, we've got the chassis on wheels again. It's all looking great. Flex plate is on, torqued. Trans adapter's on, tightened down. Jack went perfect. Push in a little more. And it's probably time to start lowering. And the adapter, it's like a pilot thing, kind of helps center up the torque converter into the crank. We put the long dowels in. Yeah, we're gonna have to move back just a hair, just to get all this lined up. See where we're at there. Oh, we're close, ain't we? We're so close, it ain't even funny. I think we actually might be there. Let me push in a little. Okay, we need to back up a little. Lower the trans just a hair. so let's see where we're at. Let's pull you up. Where are we hitting? So this flex plate's gonna be super tight in here. It's so close, y'all. It ain't even funny. It's actually pushed a hole. Maybe that got us there. Get us closer. Let me actually grab this guy. Okay, I was able to start this bottom corner. Kind of use him to pull us in. I need that washer. And then hopefully we can do the same thing. Yep, perfect. Everything's coming together, y'all. It's really going well. Here's a wrench. So literally just kind of run these in a little. And this will help marry the engine to the transmission. See, it's starting to do exactly what I want. Oh yeah, that's perfect. I'm gonna run and grab some lock washers. Maybe these are the right size. Go over there to that side, tighten some stuff up. Remember with that torque converter needs to spin freely. No issues. If it does, we're gonna have to take it back apart and figure out what's up. As of right now, it is still spinning freely. Perfect. This is going really well. And then we also will rotate the motor and verify that it's spinning good. So excited to see this thing sitting down. Almost there. So I'm gonna grab a gun actually and loosen those just to do this faster. What I'm doing here is putting lock washers on here. Okay, there's that. Now to start working on getting the engine mounts in. So we're actually just gonna do this number. Oh, I see what's happening. And raise it up just a hair. See if I can push it over where I want it. There we go. It's good. here's that side. I got that started. Box over. Figure out what size that thing is. Bigger. .16. Get these just started, and then we'll set all the weight of the engine down on it. All right, set the weight down on it. Looks good, don't it? Pretty happy with that. Get these engine mount bolts torqued and tightened. Tighten this side up. All right, we got the engine in it. All right, guys, as you see there, the engine is on the frame. That's so awesome. It looks great on there. I'm really happy with how everything's turning out so far. Got the engine in, transmission in, torque converter in, transfer case in, both axles back on with all their new shackles and greasable bolts. I don't know if I ever showed that. All of these bolts are greasable between that and the shackles. So really coming together. Thanks so much for watching this video. We finally got the engine on the frame, as you've seen in the video. I'm really happy about that. It ended up turning out better than I ever could have imagined it looking on this black paint by Eastwood. This blueprint engine really is a nice engine for the price point. It's complete, it's perfect. So I'm really happy to have it here. And yeah, I mean, overall, this build's coming together. It's doing exactly what we wanted. And make sure to like and subscribe. At 500 subscribers, I've said it before, we're having Burnout Fest. It's going to be a private event inside the shop. We're doing burnouts in the shop between the lifts, running out the doors. So hopefully we hit 500 subscribers before it gets cold or snow hits or anything like that. I'm really pushing for it. Make sure to subscribe, please. And yeah, appreciate every single one of y'all for watching. See y'all in the next one.